I'm so excited, but hi guys, welcome to this very big project that will last for 6 months. Well, lesser because it's already November. But yeah, hi, I'm Catherine. I'm from Singapore Institute of Management, University of London, and I'm taking computer science. I'm in my second semester, and this project that I'm documenting is for programming. So this whole project, we're supposed to create an application, and I chose for data visualization. We were given a drawing app, music visualization, and data visualization. So I chose data visualization because it's the most interesting to me. But yeah, what this video is going to entail is going to take you through my whole process, my planning, my scheduling, all the stresses, and all of the accomplishments, happiness, sadness, you will get everything, anger also. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy this whole video, and I'm really very excited for this. It's going to be a very long one. Put on your seatbelts and enjoy the show. Okay, so I'm out right now, but I've created the mood board, kind of, per se. It's like basically just showing the color palette that I want to use for if I were to do a dark theme or light theme, and then also the different data representations I want to do, like the pros and cons and all that stuff. I'm still gonna work on it, but it's kind of done. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to explain what I meant by mood board. So this whole site is just different types of data, the pros and cons of the different things, and then I just planned like what I wanted my data visualization to be, because right now it's just a basic, just click here and then that's all. But I'm planning to, since they say we need to code all the sources where we get our information from, I'm going to do something like this if I can, and then the visualization is here. Then I planned also like dark theme, what are the colors, and then inside there's the codes. And then for the light theme, I have more, but it's generally browns, greens, and blues for light theme, and then dark theme is like to add contrast. But yeah, that's basically it. And I've just been working on like looking through all my stuff, extensions and all, and then tomorrow I have class, so yeah. But that is pretty much it for the 28th November Sunday, and I'm going to class tomorrow, and he's going through music visualization. I'm planning to go for all three because the different extensions may spark my imagination and creativity to add more stuff into my data visualization. And I also need the attendance, so I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna code along with the teacher, and tomorrow I'm starting my vlog again, so whatever that will be part of the project will be inside this video, but whatever that will be part of the weekly vlogs will be part of that video. I hope I make sense, but yeah. Hi. The last time you saw me was probably on the 28th of November, if I recall. Now it's the 2nd of January 2022. It's a different year, different month, but I'm here to update you that I'm not doing the data visualization app. And I know that the screen title says data visualization, but I'm gonna probably put a cover up on top saying that it's a music visualization. It should be pretty easy because both are visualizations, but the reason why I changed is because I realized with my friend that data visualization is extremely hard to program. Music visualization, on the other hand, we are given a lot of tools. So both of us are planning to do music visualization because it's so much easier, and with this I can actually design in my head, or like design it out like how I want these visualizations to look like. So an update after finding out about the report and stuff, we actually are supposed to, they give us 3 extensions that they filmed how to code out, and we're supposed to select 2 of those, and the final one is basically our own extension. So I went with 2 of those that they showed. I'm gonna probably insert a photo here, and then my third one is going to be something like those YouTube videos where they show like the music, but they show it in a ring, and the audio makes the waves like pop out. I'm probably going to show an example here also, but this is basically what I want to do. And if I do have time, maybe some like, because in JavaScript I'm going to go very in-depth, but JavaScript has 5 different like wavelengths, like you know how there's like bass, there's treble, there's, yeah, that's basically what JavaScript has, but it's 5 items. So I'm probably going to use like all 5. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna use my brain, and I'm going to have the main one as the one with the ring with the waves, and the rest is like based on colors, schemes, and the size of the wave kind of thing. Hopefully it'll look nice. And yeah, I didn't want to do data visualization because after consulting my friends, I realized that nobody is doing data visualization. Firstly, it's too difficult. Secondly, we do not have the skills. I'm a coder myself, but I don't think I have the right tools and techniques to do it perfectly, and I want to be safe this time. So I'm not doing the drawing app because that is too simplistic and it may not get me marks, but music visualization was my second item on the list. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna trust my instinct that it's gonna work, and I'll film the whole thing. But it means that I need to change like the process, and it means that I need to change like my plans. So I'm sorry for the change. If you want a data visualization, I'm sorry, but I really can't do it. Hope you guys understand. But yeah, so it's currently the 12th of January on a Wednesday, and I'm filming this after my submissions. I've had submissions the past 2 days, so I didn't have time to explain anything at all. But basically, what the music visualization app will be is an application that just shows like the wavelengths of the music, and our task is to have 3 extensions. 2 of them is from the school, and 1 of them is my own. So my idea right now, if I can, I will insert a picture over here, is that there will be the ring, and that ring will show the wavelength of the main music sound. And if you see over there, there's particles, and the reason why I chose particles is I took an inspiration from a YouTube video that I'm going to use, and that YouTube video is saying that the particles is for a different type of music wave, which called me, like it was like, oh, this is so interesting. So another reason is because that was really last minute, and my lecturer basically said that even though you haven't started it, you should show like a rough sketch of how you want it to look like. So that was really a last minute drawing, but now that I think of it, it looks really interesting. So I'm gonna show you the Gantt chart that I had to do for my intermission, like in the middle progress, like midterms. Yeah. So what we had to do was to create a Gantt chart for our midterms, and the Gantt chart is basically to show the progress. And right now we are basically here, like in January, and what it's doing is that I'll be planning and looking through some visualizations and tutorials on how to do it. After that, I'll be working on the user interface. The user interface is basically how the program will look like in general. Then I'll work on the RingWave, which is my extension, the one that I showed you. I will then work, like these are just to work on the mini like tweaks that I want to do on the other parts of the project. And then after I finish these 5, I'll work on my extension once again. And you can see that I put more time lah, but the reason why is because they said that they will focus on the one that is the most intricate. So I'm putting more time so that it makes it better. Then I will work on these 2, which is basically to make sure that the application is even working, and put more time into focusing on the extension, like over here. Then these 2 is basically because there's a lecture video that I scrolled down to find out that there is testing for stability and usability testing. These 2 are very important in an application. Then I will set enough time because our submission is due on the 13th of March. So that's why I say finalization is 13th of March. But that's pretty much it. And this one is just fake honestly, because I was rushing through. My Gantt chart actually starts from November, but we started the project in September. But that was a rough run through of basically what I'm planning to do. It's definitely going to change because right now is only January, and there's a lot of things that will probably happen in between that will change my perspective, and like maybe I will edit like what I want to do for the extension. But that's okay because as we progress, we change, and we make minor changes, but for now that is how it is. So yeah. So it's currently the 10th of February and I'm making some updates to my audio wave visualizer. Basically we had an extension which is like fireworks that will display, and I was thinking of adding it to this, but it will be at the back. So I do have a idea. I have a video to do this, but I wanted to add like maybe some fireworks at the back, and it will symbolize like other audio waves rather than it will have like 5 separate items, because my first impression was that there'll be 5 different circles, which is like the size will increase based on the sound. But I was thinking maybe the fireworks looks better, because if I were to look at the no sound, but because it's gonna be copyrighted, but it's basically like that, where it stops playing at the back if there is like no sound. So I find this quite interesting to add in, but I don't know if I want to do that. Because if I were to do that, then you'll need to make it such that it doesn't flood this area, which is gonna be quite hard. So like maybe it'll be around outside, but that will be quite hard honestly, because these did it as random, if I'm not wrong. Like, if I were to look at the code right now, oh yeah, it's kind of random because the no leh. Okay, now I'm confused. How does it work? That's a good question. I mean, okay lah, if I can get it to centralize and around the whole ring, then maybe I'll do it, but I don't know. But they do have others, which is made some dumb mistakes. But okay, so there is this which I don't want, there is this which I don't mind, but it will be needing to be all the way at the back. There's this which I don't want, and I'm not sure why it's not working. What is this? 5 is okay, there is this which I'm okay with, but it's like really weird, so it'll be like interesting, but it's not something that I want. And there is this. Hello. There is this. This doesn't work, but okay. This is in the progress or something. No, my code is just not working, and I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna need to debug that, because I think that's part of what is necessary. So there is the 5, which is okay. The problem with this is that this needs to go into full screen mode before it works, so I need to debug that also. Hi, so I'm currently editing the project vlog kind of thing, and I realized I didn't explain what I mean. So the last thing that you see, like those lines with the wavelengths, that extension works, but it seems to only work when it's in when you toggle to full screen, or when you change the screen size, because at the moment, somehow after I implemented the code, it worked, but after I implemented other extensions, or once I commented out other extensions, it doesn't seem to work. The only time that it works is if you you see me tapping the screen, is because I'm pressing the screen to go into full screen mode. So what I realized is that the code only seems to work when it's toggled to a different screen mode. So there is full screen mode and there's the normal screen mode. Normal screen mode is what you see right now. Full screen mode is something like the YouTube when you double click, or when you put the full screen. It's basically that. But the problem right now is that the code is supposed to work even without putting it in full screen mode. And the reason why is because once you toggle it into full screen and then back into normal screen, the wavelengths will be distorted. So let's say we have if I put into a split screen, right? So the width of let's say the screen is divided into half. Okay, the current width of the wavelengths will be this size. But once you click and it goes into full screen mode, it will go to this size. So when you are toggling through, it won't clear the wavelengths because it's supposed to be continuous. But the problem of toggling is that what you will see is this. If you keep toggling between full screen and normal screen, which is something that I don't want, which is very hard, because I'm going to need to select only 2 extensions and one of my own. So what I'm planning at this point in time is to remove RidgePlots, RidgePlots is the one that I'm showing you right now, because initially I really wanted it, but considering the fact that I don't know how to debug it, I think it's not safe for me to do it right now, especially because it's going to near the deadline soon. So I'm gonna hate it, but I'm going to remove RidgePlots because that is very hard to debug. Even my lecturer doesn't know what is wrong with my code because my code is exactly the same as his. I just wanted to explain in case it doesn't make sense why I'm tapping it. So it is the 11th of February and I'm stressing out. So firstly, the reason why is because I just checked my midterm interim progress and I got 57%. It's not the official score, but there is a plugin that a senior of ours created so that we can see it easily, and I got a 57%, which I'm not happy about. Secondly, the audio visualization tutorial that I'm using is literally what everyone has been using for their audio visualization. So I don't know if I should follow it, because if I follow it, I'm playing safe. If I play safe, I'm gonna get a mediocre grade. But I don't know. I'm very stressed right now. And I shouldn't be stressed, but I'm very stressed right now because I don't know, man. Like, am I supposed to like combine projects together or something? I don't know. I actually really don't know. I seriously don't know what I'm supposed to do right now because I decided I'm just going to finish this tutorial, have the base product, make enhancements to it, and hope for the best. So basically this is what I have right now, where it's basically the ring and then the particles are still not done, but basically I need to turn off the sound so that I won't get copyright strike. Okay, now that I'm done, I kind of somehow the full screen mode thing fixed and it's now working. But basically if I play, the audio waves will play, and then if I pause it, it will just like pause. But the thing is that the tutorial that I'm watching does a symmetry thing, which I see other people in my class doing. Like, they didn't bother changing it, but I really didn't want this symmetry thing, so I changed it so that it would be, continuous and it looks like a proper ring wave, which is a good thing because that means that technically I'm a bit different from other people. So I did write that down in my report lah, that I made it continuous. So yeah. So today is the 13th of February. Happy birthday, Melvis. But I'm working on my project, and I did the particles and the ring audio a few days back. I think it was yesterday or the day before. But I started working on the moving picture at the background that moves according to the audio wave that the particles move as well. And this is what I have right now. I selected this picture because I really liked it. Like, I like the dark aesthetics and it moves, like, yeah, you can see the jiggle. But as I decided to turn off my lights to pack up, I turned on all of my purple lights from IKEA and the mat that my dad got me, and this happened. Look at how good that is. So remember how I was stressing out about not being original? Well, I just got another idea. To put a button that allows them to decide which color theme that they want, and I will find a picture and then I can just edit it based on what they want, and
it's unique. Other people won't do it, and yeah, so I guess I'm gonna do that.
Hey guys, today is Friday, 11th of March. My submissions is on 14th of March. So currently yesterday I went with my friend and I did some like interview kind of thing. So she gave me some ideas on how she would like the visualizer to look like as a outsider's perspective. And so currently I made some adjustments to my project. So basically initially when you see the project, it just takes you to the visualizer. But what I realized is that as a programmer, we know that you're supposed to press the space bar. We know that to like go into full screen and exit full screen, you need to click outside of the play button, that kind of thing. So I added a alert system where when you open the visualizer itself, it will have an alert on the top and it will basically just say, hey, welcome to the visualizer. To access to the menu, press the space bar. To select the visualizers, type the number. And to open and exit full screen mode, press outside of the play button, and then it's like enjoy, and then you just click OK, and then what will happen is that it will take you to the visualizer. You won't know what to do, and she based off that, and she told me that what she felt was that for my block mid high low insert here, okay, for the block mid high low, what she realized is that it just looks like boxes and a squiggly line. So what she wanted is to have a mini description at the bottom to basically roughly tell you what it is about. She did tell me that the rest of the visualizers is very logical. She knows what it is about and she likes it. For my RingWave insert image here, my RingWave, she did like the whole visualizer in itself. I asked her whether she would like to have a toggling button to allow her to select the color scheme, because I did have that in mind, but I didn't know whether people would like it, and she does like it. She did give an idea to make the play button, the triangle at the top, bigger, but it is a bit hard because they hard coded it to that sizing, and they also had the code to select like basically the amount that you click, it will still play the button, so it's gonna be hard. I also realized that a lecturer said something wrong. He said test cases are not really important and that you can just leave it to one side. You just add it to your report roughly what you did. That is wrong. You were supposed to do the test cases. So I started doing the test cases yesterday because our exams were released at 8 p.m. So we start a bunch of us were like studying till about 3-4 a.m. and while waiting for them, I just like did some of my test cases. So I'm halfway done, but I need to find more like test cases to add. On top of that, I think I'm gonna have a bit of trouble creating the RingWave button because in my drawing visualizer, I'm not sure if I can insert the picture here, but in the drawing visualizer you will see that there are sections. So the color palette is at the bottom right. Next to it is the button, and there's a side panel, there's a drawing space. So the thing is that these are all separate elements. But the thing is that my visualizer, music visualizer, what they did is that the whole visualizer is one single element, and you can see from the visualizer is one single element. So hopefully I can just add a button, like just parent the button into the whole format and figure a way, but I don't think that is possible. I will try and see whether it's possible or not. If not, I'll just add it as a remark into my report that I would hope to do a button, but I was not able to because I did not find the right resources, because I really wanted it. Then maybe I'll draw it out like as a rough sketch and like show it to them how I wanted the visualizer to look like. But if it can work, that would be great. I also need to figure out a way, because my friend did show me his visualizer and it's so nice. His visualization, the particles were moving in different directions based on the tempo of the music, which I really wanted, but I don't know how to do. So I'm gonna have to play around. But if I can't play around, at least I have the master copy, and the master copy is working. So yeah, that's good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my update. I will update you if I do make some changes to my visualizer, and if I do make some changes to my report. Oh, I forgot to update you. For my report, I did make some changes, sorry. Because our lecturer gave us like a soft deadline to submit our current project report and logs so that he can give us feedback. So they have like the first part, which is the report, which was like list modifications and extensions you have made to the template. So I basically explained everything. Describe how effective your plan was in completing your project. I needed to explain that I was not on my schedule because I had some last minute checkups, and process of completing, I did complete quite a lot. I also did like a so-called test form which allows people to give like feedback, which was done by me and my friend, and external sources. Then after that is basically project logs, explaining what you have done, what you like, what you need to improve, blah blah blah. All these has diagrams and all that stuff. And yeah, then the annex C is just diagrams and images, which was the Gantt chart, edits made to the Gantt chart, and my codes, and just survey stuff. So yeah, I'm not really satisfied with how much I've done, but I just finished my algorithms and data structure rewriting of my answers. So I scanned it already. I'm gonna compile it and send it. Then I can start focusing specifically on my project until 14th of March, 8 p.m. So technically, I have whole of today like left. Tomorrow, 13 and 14. I have 4 days to finish this project. Will I be able to finish it? Maybe, maybe not.
So today is the 12th of March. It is Saturday, and I'm gonna go through what I went through. There's a lot of things that were not working out for me, but also a lot of things that went well. Okay, so what happened was that I wanted to focus on my drop-down menu for my RingWave, but the problem was that there's a function called create select, which allows you to create the drop-down menu. That doesn't seem to work, and so I'm asking my lecturer for some help because I tried every possible option, but since it wasn't working, I decided to work on my block mid high low. Insert here. It's the rotating box and squiggly line thing. So my friend told me one thing she wanted me to add was a description to explain what it is. So I created another alarm system which allows you to see what each item in the GUI means. And on top of that, I also made it such that, because this was something I really wanted, I made it such that the GUI only pops up when it is block mid high low. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now. Sorry for the shaky hands, but when you come in, it will say welcome to the music visualization. To access to the menu, press spacebar, blah blah blah. So once you click OK, you can play the sound, but I don't want to play it because yeah. So if I access to my block mid high low, it will say welcome to, please focus, welcome to block mid high low. It shows what the 3 different GUIs are, and then once you click OK, it will pop up and the GUI shows. And the great thing is that if I were to toggle, look at the GUI. This is the first, second, third, fourth, and this is the block mid high low. You click OK, GUI is there, shift to RingWave, it's gone. Ta-da! So that was kind of one of the things I really wanted to clear, and I cleared it, so that's kind of good. But I'm going to hopefully get a response from my lecturer, and if not, then I will write in my report that I wasn't able to do it, but it was my plan to do so. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be working on the test cases and try to test how the particle moves based on different speeds and different amplitudes of the sound. But I guess I can say that I'm done for the first 5 visualizations, because whatever I wanted to complete for the first 5 was basically only for the mid high low, and the rest are all completed because it was all the basis stuff. I may improve on the fireworks one, because if I were to look at the visualization and when I toggle to the fireworks, it takes about half a second for it to load and the fireworks will start. But I think this is impossible, because when you toggle through different visualizations, it actually takes some time to load. So although the music is playing, the visualizer is not loading yet. So there's a possibility I'm just going to ignore it, because technically the visualization is working. I'm gonna take a break right now. Well, I'm going to head to bed soon. But tomorrow I'm gonna specifically work on my RingWave particles. If my lecturer does reply me, then I'll work on the button, but I highly doubt it, because tomorrow is Sunday and I don't expect him to be working on weekends, because that is probably family time for him. So maybe I'll be waiting Monday onwards. But the good thing is that I think someone in UOL decided to request the school to give an extension, so we got a 2 weeks extension. So instead of Monday it being due, which is 14, it is actually due on the 28th, which I'm really excited for. But what I'm not excited for is that our holidays are cut. But okay lah, honestly I'm okay with it, because it means I have more time to work on it, which that's very good, because I don't think I will be able to finish my visualizers by Monday in any sense. I mean, I did work on the block mid high low, but I don't think it's good enough. I think I should be improving my RingWave, even though the visualization looks amazing. But the only thing that I can do right now is my particles, because everything that I want to focus on is the color, and color isn't working because there's no drop down menu. And I even asked someone else that is part of UOL, like doing the project also, and he tried to give me a lot of solutions. I tried everything. I tried to create a division in the HTML. I tried to remove the division, which is basically how the original visualizations look like, and I tried to create the drop down in the setup function of the RingWave visualization. I tried to create the drop down in a separate code, like a separate function, and called it in the setup. Doesn't work. I tried to call it in the draw function, also doesn't work. I try to remove, I try to add, and the only thing that it just keeps saying is that create select is not a valid function. But the problem is that create select is a valid function because it's by P5.js, and P5.js is already inside the code. Like we had the base code already makes it such that P5.js is implemented. You can use every single function in there. And how I know it works is because initially we had drawing app, data visualization, and music visualization. The drawing app uses the drop-down menu. Drop-down menu works on there. But my highest worry is that because the drawing app has CSS, like styling, and it uses a bunch of divisions in the HTML, whereby there's a specific division for the options menu, which means that if that is the case, there's a possibility that I wouldn't be able to implement it unless I work on CSS for it. And I don't mind CSS honestly, but the visualization is really coded out for us to make it look nice. I don't want it to cock up, like that's not my plan. So I'm a bit stressed up about it, but it is currently 5 a.m. so technically it's the 13th of March, but I'm saying 12th of March. I'm gonna go and do my half an hour workout before I sleep. I completed a lot today, so yeah. But it's not a lot, but I was mainly focusing on the drop down and it wasn't working, so I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna focus on the block me high low, since that should probably work. And the block me high low was a bit tough, but I settled it by creating the variable GUI in the sketch function so that I can access to it in the helper function. And basically what I did, for those coders out there, if you want to know, is we have been given the helper functions whereby you can actually, like, they will give you the key, like when you press the number. And so what I did was that I made it such that when my key hits 5, which is the 5th visualization, but in this sense I put 4 because coding style starts at 0, so when it is 4, I decided that the visualization works. And how I did it was that I put, if the key is not 4, I would hide the GUI, so it's GUI.hide, and then else it would be GUI.show. So if you need that code, it is GUI.hide and GUI.show. On top of that, because this if else statement is needing a key to be hit, and my first visualization when you enter is not this block mid high low, I also stated in the sketch function, in the setup, that the GUI is hidden. You don't put GUI hidden inside the draw function, please, because draw function keeps calling. So no matter what you do, if you do put it in the draw function, even if you're in block me high low, it will be hidden. So I put it in the setup function, and that hit both of the cases where if you click the numbers, it won't show unless it's drop me high low, and if you refresh the page or if you just enter the page, it won't show. So tip for you if you need it, like some reason. Yeah. But there's not much else that I did other than update my report. And what I realized is that my report is kind of in the wrong format because our lecturer doesn't have the lecture videos. So what he told us to do was to have the report, the progress logs, and then the annex. But when I checked the submission, they give you the questions for the report and you have to write it in there. So there's not much to change, but what I'm planning to do is to have I will have all of the writings, because right now I put annex A, B and C, and then the A is for the report. So I'll just change the progress log to annex A and then the appendix to annex B, and that should be fine. And I'll just copy and paste whatever I need to paste for my report into the Coursera itself. And then after that, if I have any images to reference, I'll just say refer to progress log annex B blah blah blah, which should be fine, I guess. But kind of infuriating, not the lecturer, it's kind of infuriating that can't just submit as one whole file. I would assume that it would be easier, but I guess not. Then yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do my exercise because yeah. Bye.
So it is the 13th of March, it is a Sunday, and I worked on my music visualization. Now my drop down is working, but selecting the options doesn't. So let me run you through. So you enter, you get this message, you click OK, you press 6 for the visualization. You see over there, that is the drop down menu. So you click, it doesn't work, but it still shows and you can play the music, but I'm not gonna play the music. I was so done because I did talk to my lecturer and he did give me a clue, which was to add the p5.dom.js. But the thing is that he told me to add the p5.dom.min.js, and what happened was that for the drawing application we use the p5.dom.js. So I happened to find someone in a study SG group chat that is in NUS year 3, and he was looking through the library code and he was like, I think you should be using p5.dom. So once I used it, it works. So there is the drop down menu, but I don't know how to make it bigger, which is not good. But at the same time, I feel like I don't care at this point because I need to make it work. So everything is working except for that, and I need to see whether, okay, when I toggle to a different screen, it also doesn't work. So like it doesn't hide. So I need to figure that out, how to hide something like the GUI for the block me high low. But drop down solved partially. So it is Monday, 14th of March, and I'm gonna give you an update. So most of the stuff is working, most. And I say most because some of the things are now not working. So you enter, you press OK, the thing is loading, second one is working, third one is working, fourth one is not working, fifth one is working, and this thing play? Yeah. Play? Okay. And the last one is working. You can toggle the colors, and I changed the color of the ring as well. So yeah,
Somehow the fireworks are not working, so I need to figure that out. But today is the final day. It is the 28th of March at 5:19 p.m. I'm currently looking through my visualization, and the problem is that what happened was that my friend Joshua helped me to figure out why the visualization wasn't changing, like in a sense it wasn't changing when the thing was paused. Like he created this dot draw when the thing was paused in a sense, but now the problem is that the menu is doing the same problem even though the visualization was solved. So I'm kind of struggling, but I'm compiling my report and my project logs and checking like the stuff that I need to add. I need to finish up my test cases for the project to make it look nicer, I guess. They said that you can just do one, but I'm doing one for the main basic functionality and one for my RingWave extension because I am very I don't like seeing like just one PDF like with 1/3 of the page used. So I was like, never mind, I'm just gonna do two in case that's what they prefer. I'm just adding some stuff to my project log also because there wasn't much that I did, but I need to update that the toggling is settled, just that the spacebar is not settled, like the menu pop-up. I need to test that everything is working. I need to test that I'm using the right folder and I need to test that I need to check that everything is like done. My report is 90% done. I just need to read through everything. I finished writing everything like quite some time ago, but I'm scared that I missed out some what's it called, resources that I used, but I don't think I did because I quoted the song that I used, I quoted the different videos that I used for the extensions, and I also quoted the pictures that I used. And like to solve my issue, I also quoted like what I used to hide and show. Maybe I'll add W3 schools, but I didn't use W3 schools, so yeah, that's the update for today. So I'm rushing through. It's currently 7:16 and I'm trying to test my codes because somehow it stopped working for some weird reason. Like the space, like the menu wasn't popping up when it was not on the, I don't know how to explain, but basically the menu wasn't popping up when I paused the visualization. And also when I paused the visualization, when I tried to toggle the color for the RingWave, it wasn't working. My friend Joshua helped to solve the part of the color not changing, but the problem I'm seeing right now is that the color changes but it refreshes, so I need to explain that to him. So yeah, so he said that he can settle that. So currently I'm just focusing on my report and checking everything that I have is there. I still need to create the diagram to show the scripts and functions and dependencies. I need to look through the lecture to check that, but basically I have most of the things done, but it's just that I feel that it's not as thorough, but I got most of the stuff done. But the last part for my final project log is a bit tough for me to do because the last part requires me to, like, for each project and log, it needs to say like what am I planning to do over the next few weeks and if I'm on target to successfully complete. So I'm not too sure whether the last log, which is like the final parts of the project, if I'm supposed to answer those two questions or if I'm not supposed to, but I'm gonna pretend and say that during the process of this log my plans and if I was on task, because honestly I was on task and I was pretty fast, so I just need to format it properly and make sure that everything is okay. But most of it is done. I have less than half an hour and I'm trying to submit it beforehand, so yeah. I finished the submission very last minute. The codes that Joshua helped me with doesn't seem to work. The codes caused other problems to surface, so I decided to go with my original one, even though the menu won't pop up if it is on pause. But the other issue was that somehow my computer was so slow that my files just wasn't loading, so I closed everything. Report submitted, code submitted, everything submitted, so yeah. I'ma walk you through how it looks like. So when you open the program, it has a pop-up which says welcome to music visualization. To access the menu, press the space bar, blah blah, click OK, visualization shows, you press the play button, the music starts and the visualization shows 2, 3, 4 fireworks. Another pop-up for the block mid high low. There will be the GUI, and this helps you to move how you want the program to look like and the coloring, so you can change the color, which is really cool. Then you go to 6 and that is the RingWave. Change color of the background, does that, and then on the loud notes it will have like this squiggly thing that doesn't seem to work. And the particles turn red and turn clockwise. Menu shows and the drop down moves downwards. Same for the same for the block mid high low. Menu showing, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, Miss Forgetful forgot how to me explaining the code itself. I'm just gonna run you through. This is the libraries, this is the GUI and beat stuff, buttons and controls, helper for visualizer, actual visualization. Then we move on to the sketch, which has all of these variables, adding the visualizations itself, having the alert system, background. In the RingWave there are 2 draw functions, so I call it if the visualization is RingWave. This is because there was some errors with my code where somehow when the music was stopped, the visualizations weren't changing, and this is the resizing. Then we move on to the block mid high low. There are the 3 threshold stuff that you can control the things. This is the default colors of the box and the line. This is to make the GUI, drawing of the bass and treble, and then they have like the different things. These I don't think I need to explain, but it's just to draw the box and the lines. Then we have the controls and input. The controls and input has like the play button. The mouse press is to check whether like if it's in the button mount in the GUI or drop down, it won't go to full screen. If not, it will go into full screen. This thing is for pausing to show the menu, sorry. This is to show the visualization. This is to hide and show the drop downs in GUI, and this is if it's the block made high-low, it will have the alert system. Drawing of the GUI, drawing of the menu. And then this is the fireworks helper function. This is the actual constructor for the fireworks and another helper function. This one I just explained. This is the needles, which is like the 4 boxes that you see, and then the needle just moving. So there are 4 different audios that they call frequency bin. So we take the bass, low, mid, high, mid, and treble and just display it with the ticks and all that stuff. This is the particles for the fireworks, and this is the purlin for the random squiggly line that you see that was supposed to be transparent. Like, it's supposed to go down in transparency, but that doesn't work. Play button, checking and all that stuff to draw and changing, like pause and play. Ring particle is for the particles that are moving outwards from the ring wave. This one is kind of explanatory, but this part was just to make it twist clockwise. Then we have the star of the show, ring wave. I have all these, and the reason why I had to put red underscore, green underscore, and blue underscore is because there are red, green, and blues variables, and those are to check the red, green, and blue values of the color, so it clashed. This to create the drop down, and this to draw the stuff, and this is to change the color of the visualization when it is selected. My hand is getting tired, but I'm almost done. This is the basic spectrum, the first visualization you see. This is to check the visualization and changing it, and this is the wave pattern, basic stuff. So yeah, this was a very tiring project because a lot of things were not working and a lot of things were just not, like, some stuff just wasn't working out. So I was really stressed out about some stuff, but it worked out in the end, even though some stuff are still buggy, but for the most part it's working. So that's pretty much the end of this project vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this video where I make no sense sometimes, but yeah.